Yeah, good evening, guys. Welcome to this evening session of hands-on cloud computing with Microsoft Azure. So, yeah, if anyone is unmuted, please mute so then I can be more clear to talk about this topics. Okay. Yeah, there are 35 participants till now. Okay, I can just present my screen. Yeah, welcome to hands-on cloud computing with Microsoft Azure workshop. Okay, first I need to tell about some specific topics like what's mean by cloud, what's mean by Azure, what's mean by hands-on. So many people don't know about that. So I'm if the people don't know about the cloud computing and even don't know about the Microsoft Azure, no problem. So, before 5 days, I too even don't know what is meant by Azure and what is meant by cloud computing. Okay. Um, yeah, my name is Vignesh and Vignesh Ravichandran. So I'm a Microsoft Learn Ambassador program in from India. So there are many student ambassadors all over the world. There are totally, I think, 4,500 plus Microsoft student ambassadors all over the world. In India, there are like 1,900 plus students. So including then me also. So and the next point, uh, I really love to build softwares and delivering the project successfully. So I'm doing these things in the past of when I finished like first year of my college and when came to home during this pandemic situation. Okay, I'm interested in web, cloud, and algorithm designing. So it's meant web is like website designing and web app designing with various technologies and tools like Node.js, React, PHP. So and even Python also. So in cloud, so one second. Yeah, in cloud, like I'm using the tool called Azure. So it is very useful tool. So it's provided by Microsoft product. So it's a cloud computing tool. First I need to tell about what is meant by cloud computing. Let's see in the next presentation. First I will give you the overview of what is meant by web, cloud, and algorithm. So cloud is cloud is a massive concept in web. So I will tell you in later. So next is algorithm, like designing an algorithm for any products. Like if the customer, when customer coming to us and asking some product, like hey, you need to build some product for my business, so then I can pay you. So that like so we will build some algorithm. So that algorithm need to be fully fleshed when it uh, so we need to know what are the places which where the error will be occur. So we need to fix that time. So like if the peoples are requesting more than like 1,000 peoples at a time, you even like an UPI system, if 100 persons or 1,000 person like requesting 1 rupee, like exchanging 1 rupee each other with UPI, ununified payment interface. So that the algorithm need to be more qualified to access this delivering money, like sending you need to send the 1 rupee to your friend, so your friend will be accepting that 1 rupee. So it's mean by requesting something and um, receiving something. So that is mean by like we do that algorithm designing to handle these kinds of requests. So that request need to be more optimized. So we need to design an algorithm. So I'm interested in that too. So my LinkedIn profile is Vignesh CEO. So it's just and like an nice thing like an abbreviation CEO. So I kept that. So next thing is today's agenda. It's pretty cool thing like cloud computing. When you heard about the cloud computing, it's pretty cool. Like many companies offers cloud computing software systems, and many companies, even though they give the free systems to like Microsoft, they give the Azure portals to you in the free source, so you can do anything you want in that. Azure. So you can like build a products, you can build anything you want in Azure. So cloud, we will talk about in a later time. So today's agenda is overview of cloud computing, and second thing is what is Microsoft Azure, and third thing is product and services with provided by Microsoft. Okay, that's mean by Azure. Okay, within the Azure, what are the products and services are available? So we can see in the third part, and fourth part is like Azure resources and resources managers. So what is mean by resources and resource managers? So these are the some top trending services and products with Microsoft Azure. So fifth is we can build and project. So hands-on practice with Microsoft Portal. So first we will see the 4 points, four agendas, and we can let go to the fifth point like hands-on project. So we will do the project on the real world, so you can get some ideas about it. So oh, this is mean by cloud computing. So at the end of the session, you will be more clear what is mean by cloud computing and how it works and what are the services provided by various companies. So in this workshop, we will see about the Microsoft Azure because I am a Microsoft Learn Ambassador program ambassador. So I need to promote my company. So it's like working on a company. So I need to like precise more about Microsoft Azure products and services. So yeah, let's see about the cloud computing. Yeah, overview of cloud computing. What's mean by cloud computing? Let's see it briefly. Okay. So for explaining, I use like a Microsoft whiteboard to explain more clearly. So then I can explain you that concepts in easy manner. Just a minute. Yeah. Yeah, I think you guys able to see my screen. Am I right? Can anyone please put a chat? You guys able to see my screen? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Now, let's do like first thing in our agenda is what is cloud computing. What is CC? What is cloud computing? So, if you take some, if you're doing some business, so uh, assume that you're here and you're working at a company like past 5 years. So don't think about that. Don't need to think about that. So if you're going to start a business, like you have a business idea and you are going to start a business, so for that you have the business model. So you need to um, get it to the real world, and you need to give it to the real world for some cost. So what the product companies do, so in that in in that concept of cloud computing, the one thing that you need to understand is like cloud computing is and virtual machines. That's all. The single word can precise a cloud computing is virtual machines. So you you are responsible for only accessing the machineries. That mean machines means like CPU, processor, storage, security. So you can access these things by virtually in cloud. So cloud is not like what we learn in like LKGs and UKGs. This is the cloud. So if you go and ask someone what is meant by cloud, they will don't know about cloud computing. They really tell about that cloud in the sky, though that's mean by cloud. So that's not the cloud really. If you're like learning about the cloud computing, so it's main thing of like you can you can keep it like a keyword, like it's a thing of virtual machines. It's a called and cloud computing in the easy word. Okay. um if we tell more clearly, like means like by adding virtual machines in cloud, that's the thing. Okay. Like let's come to this part of our explanation. Okay. Let's consider like your name as Arun. So you have a business model one. Okay. But you don't have the computers, and you don't have the servers, you don't have storage, you don't even have the securities. So like SSL, many things, like in security we have many SSL DDoS. So there are many things. So you even don't even you didn't have any computers, or like you didn't have the CPUs to run your software. So you need a software for the business. Okay, you understand, I think. So if you need a software, so you can build it virtually in the cloud. So that's mean by cloud computing. So let's take that. So Azure. So Azure is an Microsoft product oriented with cloud computing. So you can like access the virtual machines with the help of Microsoft using Azure. So Azure is a cloud computing tool. So you can go there and you can create a virtual machine. Like in house we have the CPUs, right? CPU, and we have the hard disk to store the data. It's mean by like hard drives. We have the hard disk to store the data, SSDs to store the data, and we have more precise, like we have the RAM to store frequently access the data, and the cache memories also. So we have that. But when we are going to scale up your business with 1 million peoples, so you need the servers with the speed of 1 million requests. Okay. If you take anything like Microsoft products like Teams, if the 1 million peoples are messaging at a time in the Microsoft Teams software, so it need to be like reliable to access that 1 million requests at a time. So the software need to be m- more precise with like accessing that 1 million requests. If the 1 million peoples are there and they message at a time, the 1 million peoples will be receiving at a time. So that's mean by request. So you're requesting the server to send this message to my friend. So it will be requesting to the server and take the data and fetch the APIs related to what call are you doing with that server. So it will take that part, and it will be like putting into the dump, and hey, you need to go to this person. So it will be going to that person, and your friend will be receiving the messages. So it's mean by a request at a time. So request is like if you're opening an UPA or any app, so you are you have the bank account apps. So you're opening that and you need to check the balance. So you are requesting like putting the pins and submitting the button. You're clicking the submit button. That is mean by requesting something to the server. So if you're clicking submit, wherever you see the submit button, you can in the backend process it will be really as a request call. So if you are clicking the submit button, it will be like requesting something to the server, and server will be like responding to you back some data. So if you're like putting some 6-digit pin code to access your bank balance account, if you need to like see your bank balance, so you are like putting the pin, and you are clicking the submit button, so it will be showing your account balance. So it's mean by requesting the things to the server and getting back the response. Okay. This is mean by request handling. So let's come to this part, and I have said that if you are scaling your business in the large scale, like you need to go to the 1 million users. You have already 1,000 users, and and you even have the 1 lakh users, but you need the users like 1 million. So you need to go to 1 million requesters at the time. So for that, we our virtual machine our machine sorry our machine can do nothing with the 1 million request. So it will be hang, or it cannot be work that time. So we are going to the virtual machines. So virtual machines can run in the cloud. So virtual machines, all the virtual machines are not at the free cost. It's at a key point like pay as you go. So in if you are building a server in your house, so you can maintain that. You are building the database in your house, you can maintain that. You are capturing with that your servers and the databases with the security, you can do that at the home at the cost of like approximately 1 lakh US dollars. So building those things 1 lakh US dollars. So with the virtual machines you can do like I think like Microsoft, like or many companies, like approximately we can tell that about like $200 per month. So you can do these all the things like server plus database and plus security and plus many things like hosting or comes under the server. So all the things will be covered under $200 per month. I'm selling like if you calculate uh, with a year, it will be take approximately like $2,500. So you can like scale your business with cloud as pay as you go. So you can pay for your product which you are using. So if you build a server like an 1000 terabyte server in your house, so it cost you $1 lakh. So you cannot afford it, am right? So you can like purchase a machine which you can use, and you can only pay what you use. Okay, that's the thing, the cloud computing. It's an easy thing when we are going to scale your businesses in the cloud. So Azure gives you a very less amount like $20, $30, $40 products in the Azure portals. So it's very easy to deploy, manage, and sorry, develop, deploy, and manage. So these things you can do in cloud computing. So you can buy servers, CPUs, database, securities in the cloud. So these are the basic systems provided by Azure. So you can do these stuff in Azure. So next part, how it works. So I already thought about it. Um, okay, let me erase this thing. Okay, now how does it works? So these things are works in a concept of virtualization. So many guys know about virtualizations. What is meant by virtualization? So all things do uh, like already tell about like VM, virtual machines. So many companies have the VMs. So Microsoft have the VM. So that are called as Azure. So in simple concept, I would tell you like we have the CPU here. Okay. Um, we have an PC here. So this is your PC or your laptop. Okay. Yeah, hello. Can you audible? Yeah, I think now I'm audible. So I think someone unmuted me, or I really don't know about that. So where I have left, can anyone please tell me? Hello, guys. I have left. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think so. Yeah. If we have, I have a company like. One second. Yeah. I have a company like XYZ. It's a transport company, and I have an app too, like XYZ app. So, um, I have deployed my app in an Azure, Microsoft Azure. So they provide me a security server and many things too. So, uh, so with my laptop, I can access these things virtually using one thing here. I will tell you later. So I no need to like buy and servers, buy and security, buy some softwares, buy storages here. So I can just make one click to deploy my apps, one click to do all the things in the cloud. So that's with the help of a concept called as hypervisor. So here comes the concept called as hypervisor. Yeah, hypervisor. Yeah, what the hypervisor do is like visualizing a concept. There will be many tools related with this. When you're clicking in your computer, like it will go through the fiber optics, and there will be a fiber optics in the data center. So cloud computing is like Azure will be maintaining your servers, your datas in their portal. So they will be having the data centers in the big areas like um 200 or 500 acres. They will be having much bigger data centers, many server centers too. So they will be accessing from there. We can access the data from there with the Azure portal. So Azure provide us that services to compute with our laptop with a concept called hypervisor. Intermediate is called an hypervisor. So with hypervisor, like we are packaging some things like, yeah, I need a server of 4 TB, and I need a storage of I need a server speeding up like an speed with 32 GB RAM, and or you can take like 1 TB of RAM. So it can be built with an Azure. So 1 TB of RAM also will be available with the Azure. So you can even do that. So many guys even don't know about like 1 TB of RAM. Hey, this guy is lying me. No, it's real thing. So which provide by Microsoft. You can build many things there too. In virtualization concept, there will be less amount of RAM. You can build with 32 GB, 64. So you are listing out the points like I need a 32 GB of RAM, and what I can tell like storage of 5 TB, or 5 TB of storage. I need hard disk. So this comes under the two things like shared and dedicated. Shared means like there will be a tray that consists of person one's data and person two data in the same track, same rack. So there will be plenty of racks. So there will be only so there will be rack one and two, and here you will be splitted like shared. This is mean by shared servers or shared something. So here you will be uh, here you will be of like dedicated. You will have the dedicated servers and the shared servers. The these two have big differences. Like shared servers, like if the person 1 and 2 are sharing the same rack with the one tray, so that will be called a shared. So if one person's data or one person's server crash, the other person's server too crash, but its price is too low, so they called as shared hosting or shared services, shared database. So if it costs like $10 per month, so dedicated will cost you $25 per month. So this is difference between the shared and dedicated. Dedicated will be hosted to you, and you can only access the dedicated servers, database, anything that related to dedicated. Dedicated means that will be dedicated to you alone. So you can access only by you. That database or server that can be accessed only by you is called a dedicated. Shared means many person can share one tray, but they cannot interfere into your database and took some data from you. So they can only access their data with help of more than 5 or 6 clients in the same tray. So it costs like an going in the share auto, or it's like going in the share auto. You can share your space with your friends. You can even go with an 5%. This is you're going with an Rolls Royce or some other cars or some other cabs. So you have like requested a cab, and you can alone go in the cab. So it's a dedicated one. Shared means it's like a shared one. There will be many persons sharing. So the cost of error will be less. Sometimes the cost of error will be zero. So dedicated means if the cost of error will be high, so it will be affect only you, not others. So if the speed will be really if you're like looking for the speed, so it will be dedicated to you. Your RAM will be going like a jet. So that's the thing in difference between the shared and dedicated servers and hostings, many things. So using the hypervisor, you can like virtualize something. Like you are listing out like 32 GB of RAM and a second of storage like 5 TB. So you can package this using help of hypervisor, and you can run with the CPU. It's mean by server CPU, not a CPU in the server line. So there will be cost. There will be called as one thing, orchestra or orchestrator something that helps with like I need to tell really about that. It's an important concept and very useful thing when come under the cloud computing. So we have the or that word is not coming in my word. So orchestrator, and next thing is like API. You guys even know about the API. So next is Azure Portal. So here the magic happens. Like you can go and use your cloud computing, and you can create your virtual machines using Azure Portal GUI. So it's made GUI, graphical user interface. So this is the user side. So you can create here that will be go to an API request, and it will go through an orchestrator, and it will be go to your it will be go to Microsoft Azure. They have multiple channels, multiple fiber optic cables that will be connecting to your signals antennas. So they will be having the two database, like one is like on fiber controller, fabric controller. Another one is also on fabric controller. So these are the things when you request the data. These are the connected to. I think this is one, and you can see this as a one. So there will be more servers in server center in Microsoft. Okay, so you can access. So like if you are creating listing out the 32 GB of RAM I need, and I need an 4 TB or 5 TB of storage, 5 TB of storage, and next you need an security of DDoS. So these all will be packed under one. Uh, Simply, I'm telling like a container. Don't mesh with like container concept, like in Kubernetes concept, that will be vast when compared to cloud computing. That all comes under the cloud computing, but it's the tool. It will be discussed in the later workshops. So now we can only concentrate on what we seeing in the cloud computing. So we can pack these things, and next we can request through API through a orchestrator, and it will be taking these packages to the cloud, and next it will be going to like you are like releasing a rocket from here, paper rocket from here. It will be going and dropping to the next point that you are not willing. So if you are like flying the rockets, it's the thing which happens here. So you're like flooding a rocket there. So it's going, and it will be reaching the Microsoft Azure service server center, and it will be there some API calls that will be more accessible to like where your system, where your virtual machine need to be stored. So it will be design, it will be like, it will decide where your virtual machines, that means your this products and services, where need to be stored, which server need to be stored. So it will be going to and going with the help of fiber optic cables in that in Microsoft Azure server centers. You can see in many videos, like there are plenty of optic cables in the Azure centers, like data center. So it will be connecting your data with an uh, like backup parts. So if your data has been erased, that will be able to access with the restorable part in Microsoft Azure server centers. So this magic happens here. Like this is the concept when you are creating an resources in Microsoft Azure portal. It will be requested by an API to the orchestrator, and it will be go through Microsoft Azure service server centers, and it will be stored in a server. It will be dedicated, like it will be decided, and it will be allotted a space, allotted this much of space in a server. So this is the concept I can explain you in a simple words. In the deeper we go, the deeper you need to listen. So that's the thing. The time took also be more. So I can tell only this concept, like how this works. So we have a time, so we have a very short time, so we need to understand many concepts here. So this is an cloud computing, overall cloud computing. So next thing, what is Microsoft Azure? I already told about that. Microsoft Azure, what is meant by Microsoft Azure? So Microsoft Azure is a tool, not a tools, it's a tool used to develop, okay, used to do develop and deploy and manage. You can do these three things using um, Azure. This is Microsoft Azure. Azure is a tool, okay. Azure is not a concept or something like language. Azure is a tool. It's a GUI tool. It's a GUI tool, graphical user interface tool. So you can access both in a desktop or in a web. So you really need a Wi-Fi connection to access that. So you can go to a Microsoft portal, like portal.azure.com. So you can access your resources from there. You have the projects like web application. You can deploy through that. You can develop through that. Like you can have then virtual machines like RAM storage. You can get it from Azure, and you can develop that. You can deploy that. You can manage it. These three things you can do it in the Azure. So this is mean by Azure. Azure is a tool provided by Microsoft to develop, deploy, and manage your project. Okay, this is how the Microsoft Azure also work. Okay, next thing is product and services with Microsoft Azure. So it's coming to like There are many services provided by Microsoft Azure. One of the there are like an eight. I think the eight premises. Like first one is compute services, and next one is like cloud storage. You can get cloud storage using VM. That's mean virtual machine. So third is networking. Networking is not mean by like you and friends having network connections. That is not a networking. Networking comes under the vast concept of mm, like WAM, LAM, like that. So next is app hosting. App hosting, this concept comes under all the things like you can deploy your web app and many things too. Yeah, these two things are important and you can access more the things. So next is AI, artificial intelligence, and last three parts, IoT and integration, like you are integrating your database with Microsoft Azure, and eighth is security. Okay, these all the things you can do with Microsoft Azure. Okay, next thing, yeah, this concept I really like to like Azure resources and resource managers. So now we can see about, if you guys noting down this, you can also note that down. So after this workshop, we will conducting many workshops and many events too. So who are the participants are like regularly attending that, they will be more awarded personally. Okay. Thing is like Azure resources and resource manager. Okay. Uh, After you getting into Azure Portal, I will show you how the Azure Portal will look like. So after entering your Azure Portal, so there will be a many resources like if you need to build a website, you need some web hosting services like WordPress, web designing services like WordPress. So it can be in resource pack, so you can select this. So it will be like checkbox, you can select this. And next you need a database, like, so you can select MySQL. So there will be there, that will be there, so you can select that too also. So there will be a web mail, so you can create that web mail using that. So like if you have an name called Vignesh, my name, as I take my name as a Vignesh. So you need a webmail for your business. I have a company like XYZ, so I can put it my name in front of the domain and put and like an like art.com. This I can put to my webmail. So Vignesh at xyz.com. So I can put it like this. So that is mean by webmail. You can that will be not related to Gmail. You cannot do the mail. So your college even does that, like your roll number at your college uh, website name. Okay, that's the thing that company even do that. So like Microsoft, you can take that Microsoft like Vignesh at microsoft.com. You can even do that, like that need to be only accessed by the admins or some administration programmers, that they will be allotted some web mails to us, like, yeah, you can use this mail whenever you are in the company. So we can handle that mail also, web mail. So we can even check that. So this all the packages, this one packages inside that we have called as resources. So this is called as resource. So this one is called one first resource, this is second resource, and this is third resource. This is one of the resource, this is one of the resource, and this is one of the resource. So you can add how much you want related to your project. So I am building an website related to like XYZ company, so I can get WordPress, MySQL, and Webmail. So this comes under the resources, and this comes under the resources. So each one are considered as a resources. This is one resource, this is second resource, and this is one resource. Okay, these are called as resources, and this entire thing, okay, this entire thing. You guys are clear? I think so. Yeah, this yellow part, this full resources, the one or more resources are managed by someone. He is known as resource manager. That is mean by resource and resource manager. Difference between the resource and resource manager. These couple of things will be managed by one person. That person is called as resource manager. You can even have an multiple resource parts. You can have 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, here you have an resource, and resource manager one. So here you have the project like X, Y, Z, and next you will have the next project that you'll be naming as RM2, resource manager 2, X, Z, X, Y, Y. So you have the multiple projects with the multiple resources, which will be maintained by multiple one resource manager for multiple resources. Okay, I think you guys are clear now. Multiple resources can be managed by a single person known as resource manager. He is not a person with a flash blood or something like that. It's a virtual thing in that Microsoft Azure portal. He will be managing the, like, if you're taking the programming. So we have the class, the class contains the inner part. That inner part will be having many resources like scanning part and printing part. So we'll be have the class. So Yeah. Um, I think sorry for that interruption, guys. So, like RM1, we can create RM2. So, RM is mean by resource manager, and inside that you have multiple resources. Multiple resources can be managed by only one resource manager. So, you have 1,000 resources that can be only managed by one resource manager. There will be not an like a two resource manager to handle the 1,000 resources. No, that's not possible in Azure. So Azure can only have the, multiple resources inside an container of one resource manager. Yeah, if you're like I have previously told that, like if you take the function in programming, you can have the instructions inside the one function. You can create multiple functions. So you can do in that function, like you can add, you can yeah, I think now I am audible. I don't know what are the issue, like it's automatically muting. Sorry for that. And yeah, I'm telling that function, you can have many functions, you can have the many instructions, but you can have only one function name to access one function. So you cannot have the two functions name for one function. I think you guys are really attached to it. I really don't know about that. I think you have understand the concept of resource and resource manager. Okay, you can access these resource managers using a role based authentication. So role based authentication means you have the admin, you have the manager, and you have the workers in your company. So workers cannot see all the things which related to finance. Yeah, my workers only can add the resources like customer details. They have only work to add the customer details and manage the customer details. They don't need to interfere in my finance thing, which is related to my business in that project, in that app. So only I can see the finance things. Manager can only see the workers thing, and workers can only see the customers detail and manage the customer details. What are the customers are getting in today, what are the customers are getting in yesterday. So they can only manage the customer details. Worker can only manage the customer details. So workers can only manage the customer details. Managers can only um, uh, deal with worker details. So admin can do anything they want. He can create an customer detail, he can create an manager detail, he can create an finance detail, he can create an worker detail, he can do whatever he wants. So at last I'm recapping this thing, like there can be a multiple resources, and for multiple resources there will be, yeah, only one tutor is called as resource manager. He can only manage these resources inside that. So assume like there are 100 students in the class, there will be only one teacher to teach them. So it's like that. He will be like a terror staff. So he can manage the students, entire students, 1,000 students. He can manage the 100 students at a time. So that's mean by resource and the resource managers. So I think you guys are clear with this. Okay. Next part. Yeah, hands-on project with Microsoft Azure Portal. Okay, here comes. Now I can open the Chrome. Yeah, 1 second. Now I can authenticate with my Azure Portal. Yeah, this is an Azure Portal. So now I can let me zoom. Yeah, this is an Azure Portal. So portal.azure.com. So though I am a Microsoft student ambassador, they gave me some resources to access this thing. So they gave me an credits to access and do all the things what I can do in the Azure portal cloud computing platform. This is a cloud computing platforms uh, GUI. So here is some virtual machines. You can create a virtual machines. I already told about that. You can create an RAM whatever you need. You can put a storage whatever you want. So under the virtual machines, this all the things comes under virtual machines. Okay. Now let's do the hands-on projects. So it's like first we need to create an resource. Okay, first we need to create one resource. So it's like now I am creating a website, so now I can create a website in front of you. So how can I create this website is, first I need something like an algorithm. What an algorithm, what are the products I need to build a website? So first I need an CMS, so it's meant my content management system, like WordPress or something else. So now I am typing as WordPress. So here we have the WordPress. If I click that, it will be taking to the WordPress page. And here, if I click create, it will be having this part explore with 200 credentials for learning student ambassador. Once again, I'm just authenticating myself. Now, just I'm making the resources to set up. So one second, guys. First, let's I can create a sandbox thing. So then I can create projects from there. Yeah, I really sorry for that, guys. I really having some issues in like creating an resource. Yeah, I think I have an issue with my Microsoft Portal, so I can tell about how how to create the thing. So so now we need to go to like WordPress. Sorry, like enter WordPress in the Microsoft Portal. So you'll be seeing the Microsoft here. So you can click this, and Microsoft. Sorry, WordPress is like CMS, content management system. You can go there and you can do whatever things you need there. Like you can create an website, or you create an e-commerce web application. So whatever you need, you can create that. So these things you can do there. So if you click here the create button, so you can use the create button. Now I am trying to like activating my sandbox, so from that I can show you how this works. Yeah, one second, I got it. And let give me 1 minute time. Yeah, I got it. Now let's we do if this finish. We can do, yeah. Yeah, 36 participants here. So now I can go to my Microsoft portal. I'm refreshing here. I'm creating this resource. Second, let yeah, guys. Here is it. So first we click here like create button, so we can enter our name. Yeah, guys, please get my attraction, please. So here we can create our project by uh, putting our name here. So here you can put your name here, like app name, whatever you want. So I am registering my app name as um, Net Micro. So here I'm selecting the learn ID here. So it's provided by Microsoft. So here I'm leave it as it is. So I am my app name is Net Micro. So here I have the database. So I can MySQL in my app. So I can get it MySQL in my app. So location I can leave as it is. So application inside also as same as that. So let's click create. So here we have some validation. Um, so here it's asking for the password and um, login name. So I am clicking here my login name as Net Micro. So we can create a password here. So though it match, and we have here the net database name. So we can leave as it is. So let's create. If it problem occurs, we can do it in another workshop. Um, Yeah, I think it's something has been problem here. So second. So like I need to create a MySQL something for this. I have used MySQL, but it's not working now. I really don't know about that. How it some error got here. We have created the resource called Microsoft WordPress, and we have a WordPress here. So we need to connect with the database. So I am trying to connect with the database. So instead of MySQL, I can try with this also. Mm, So I need to create a new app service plan. So I'm creating here. So next is leave the standard as, click the standard, and it will be taking to another page. We need to select MySQL, like I am a developer, so I can get it something free. So I am getting a shared infrastructure here. So after applying this, so I will be getting the free tier, and if I click OK, it will asking to the name. Okay, I can just simply ask net micro plan. So I can just click OK here. Yeah, now it has been selected, and next if I click create, it is creating, and if it creates, it will be in the notification section. So I can go there and I can close. Yeah, 1 second, we can do it from the scratch. It's easy one. So for you guys, I'm showing from the scratch. So wait for a second, is creating. It is like creating a website in an Azure. So you can host your site in an Azure. So I'm showing that about that. So how to create a website or a web application. um, in here we have 8 minutes more, we can wind up the session. So I can take an extra 5 minutes though, so many people has been joined late. So I can take like 15 minutes. We have the 15 minutes, 10 minutes to finish our project, 5 minutes to feedback, and uh, finished. finish our session there. Okay. Um, Now let me go to Microsoft Azure Portal. This is my Microsoft Azure Portal, as you can see here. So now I'm creating a new resource. So here I am clicking, I am entering WordPress. Here is the WordPress. Now I am entering that. Now I am creating the WordPress site in my Microsoft Azure portal. Microsoft Azure, as they give cloud shell also. It's mean by like many guys have heard about that. Like that means command line to access the containers and many processes in Kubernetes also. So you can access from that also. So now I am like entering net micro micros. So yes, I know I'm adding. Mm, Netpeak Micro app is not available. Net Micros. Let me select this and select MySQL in app. So now I need to create some plan for that. So I'm creating some plan. Net Micro, yes. Next, I'm selecting the tier for my MySQL server. So I'm going to dev and test section, and I will get the 1 GB of memory for 60 minutes per day to compute that. So I'm clicking OK here, and that will be allotted here. Now I can create my server. There will be very complicated process here. So it's deploying. Now it has been successfully completed. So as a programmer or something, whatever the job role you choose or whatever the internship role you are choose, so there will be some complicated task there. So that you need to be solve the things whatever you're facing. You need to face all the things uh, which you are struggling. So now I am just wait for a minute. So it will take a minute to create this resource. So I have created a resource of WordPress and plus MySQL server. These two are resources and containing a resource group, and this resource group has an ID of learn/ba. You guys can see here deployment in process, deployment to resource group. So this resource group contains of many resources inside that. I've already told about that. This is the manager learn. This is the manager ID. He's processing the resources into his cabinet, so he can do whatever he want there. So now just I'm seeing this. Just a minute. So at the time, I can tell about Microsoft certifications you can do in the web to pursue something in Microsoft. So this is me. This is a Microsoft certifications. If many students cannot be reached with the programming, so they can do some certifications using Microsoft Azure certifications. So they can pick any role they want. They can pick a developer. They can click an administration role, solution architect, so data engineer, data scientist, AI engineer. So they can pick whatever they want. If I'm picking like a developer role, I can click here. So if I click here, it will take me to the next path, and there will be a certification called two type called fundamentals and associative. Associate is a professional level. So first that for reaching the associate level, you need to be completed one certificate to gain a double star certificate as an associate. So you need to complete um, Complete Microsoft certified Azure fundamentals to jump to Microsoft Azure Developer Associate. So first one is fundamental, second one is associate. These are the developer certifications available in developer section. So there will be more number of certifications. If you need to skill up in the solution architecture certification, you can do these all certifications. Then you will be get first you do this, and next you will be doing this expert certifications, and you can get a job at Microsoft also, even uh, like making uh, uh, single percent of code. So you can do these certifications to in secure your future. So it's too easy, but it's not too easy. It's very understandable versions. Okay, guys. Now we have deployment is successfully completed, and now we need to go to another section, like go to resource. So we have gone to the resource, and now we have URL here. So URL, you can copy this. This is your website URL. You have the free domain like azurewebsites.net. We can put that azurewebsites.net as .com. If we do that, it will not be working, like we didn't purchase this website domain name, so we cannot access the website. So if you purchase with using some DNS custom client, so we can purchase from there, and you can go here like domains. If you click domain, custom domain, so under the custom domain you can add there your IP address to connect with your DNS. DNS means domain name server. So you can domain name server, you can go there and activate your domain name server. Okay. Now I'm pressing here, clicking this and pasting the URL which has been provided by my resource. So now I'm opening here. It took me some time. Yeah, now our website is on live. So here is our website. Now I'm clicking the United States English as my title. I can select net micros. Next username, I'm clicking whatever I want. I can micros passport. I can guys. Okay. Now I'm giving my email address. So I can give the email address as myself. Discourage need of giving this email ID. So I need to give my email ID. So now I'm giving my email ID as something discourages. Okay, it has been creating. While I am telling about that Microsoft certifications, though many my seniors has been selected. One senior has been selected for Microsoft fundamental, like he's in the Microsoft now, so he don't know about programming as well. So he's came from the background of mechanical engineering. So now he's working at Microsoft. So he have completed some certifications with I have shown before. So you can also go there and finish some certifications to get some um, recognition with that. Yeah, this is our website from scratch. We have created the site Net Micros. This is an hands-on project completed. We have an project here like recent commands, recent post, recent all the things we have here. So this is our first page. We have this created our default page which has been created by WordPress. So we have created this. This is a project we have done. If I uh, if I copy this URL and paste it to over anywhere on the URL page, then I will be accessing this page. Okay, now I'm closing this page. Now I'm pasting that. If I click enter, so it will be shown the website. So you can design this website using the admin panel, that is mean by WordPress. So after this you can click like the admin. So it will be taken to your admin panel. You can edit that admin panel whatever you want. You can log in here and you can edit your admin panel. So this is a hands-on project we have created with the Microsoft Azure Portal. We our name as my Net Micros, and we have a URL here. We have a resource group name here. We have an connected with our MySQL server. So we have created a resource and put it in the called as resource group. This is our resource group manager ID. Okay, we have all covered what are the things I have told in agenda. So thank you for joining this workshop. And one thing, just don't leave the session. One thing, like thank you for joining today's workshop. Please fill the feedback form to give feedback. I will be posting that feedback form um, in a group. So 1 second. Yeah, I will be posting that. And thanks for your patience, guys. And uh, really thank you. And please give me a positive feedbacks on what are the drawbacks I did here. So you can feel free to fill that form. So that will be helping you to get some Microsoft certifications. So after filling that, I will be like check manually, and I will be sending certifications to your mail. Okay. I have posted the mail. Uh, I have posted the form in the chat box. You can go and fill it there. So there will be a group, and you can join that group also to ensure our community is growing big. So you can go there and you can do that also. I think thank you for this session, guys. Please fill that form, and you can leave this session. I have 32 participants at the last.